Welcome to Two Ways Said, but welcome to season three. You guys have made it with us. That's crazy. Like we really in the third season. But anyway,
The third, yeah.
third season, and we know what's coming up. Christmas. Who don't like Christmas? Who don't like the holiday time? So of course we're a little festive. I
Mhm.
I could have did better. But I did have something for me and my new goddaughter. So yes, I did what I could, but Ashley has definitely done it because she is Miss Claus today. So just look at her. Don't look at me. Look at her.
And I ain't
Uh,
gotta do a motherfucking thing. I'm just playing. Go
I was like,
ahead.
and in case you did forget, let us tell you who we are, because this your boy Casey.
And I am Ashley Renee, better known as Mrs. Claus, of course.
Yo, is Mr. Cloud? Is he like? Is he rich? Is he rich?
You know, I only we rich.
And there
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go. Exactly. So don't play with it. I go first because I always set the tone. You know me. But of course, my song is High Heels on My Tippy. Don't on my. Yeah, that's F the Club Up by Nicki. We know, of course, Pink Friday
Okay.
2 just came out and we've been bumping it. And of course, my favorite song off of there is gonna have to be F the Club Up. It's just something about that song. If you ain't feel like it's the holiday time, listen to that song. I bet you're gonna feel like it after. That's all I gotta say about it. Ashley, what's your song today?
Well, I'm going to stay on track and give everyone, and by the way, let me say I did not say Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry
But
Christmas.
or did I? I don't know. Song of the day is Every Year, Every Christmas by Luther Vandross, because we know around
Mm.
this time everyone knows I'm single and all this. It just gets so, but also too actually I let me just go ahead and say it. Shout out to my auntie who passed 10 years ago this year. And that song does kind of touch me there. She died December the 19th, 10 years ago. So shout out to Susie Mae Dubose. We still love you. And I did get your message on the card and I miss you a lot too.
Mm. Wow.
So every year, every Christmas, Luther Vandross. You guys listen to
Okay, and yeah, I'm so glad she didn't sing it because,
it.
of course, we didn't want to hear that from her.
I don't
Um,
know how love do this to me. I waited for someone I never seen.
okay,
But I'm so sentimental and I'm so hopeful you'll be here. So here I am every year, every Christmas.
I'm sorry.
Bro, you
Oh,
Aggie, bro.
but thank you for the performance that we didn't ask for it. But anyway,
You're welcome.
let's get into the usual program. Today, like we always do, we got to get into, what I'm saying, what these folks talk about, these people we call famous, these discussions and all this nonsense they talk about. We like to break it down, so let's break it down. So today, first we're gonna start with, of course, if you know Shannon Sharpe. Of course, he has a podcast. Clip from the podcast because I actually don't tune in every week, but I know, this he brings different men on there, and I guess he be wanting their opinion on stuff. So I guess this week, and it's funny now that I think about it. I actually saw a clip of him talking about this before this, so I'm assuming that's what led to this. But on this specific clip with Kurt Franklin, he talked about how he does when he goes on a date with a woman, or how he feel like he should take a woman out, what's the expectation, the standard, all this, whatever.
Hmm.
And Kurt Franklin, talked about how, of course, he has been married, which I don't know how many years, but of course, for in the eyes of everybody, it's a happy marriage where they feel like they satisfied getting what they're getting. And so I guess he should be the one to talk about it. Well, he talk about, well, when he take his woman out, the little stuff don't matter to him. Like he want to go out and it's all about her enjoying, the little price of the food, all this stuff don't matter to him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a big deal. And of
Hmm.
course, Shannon Sharpe disagreed. Um, and he kind of talked about that. I don't know where he getting this from. I'm assuming this experience, but he's saying that he think that the first time you take a woman out, that you shouldn't let her pick because she gonna go pick steaks and stuff that I guess I'm assuming can't afford or don't want to pay for, and he feel like that the woman gonna try to pick the highest thing on the menu because he taking her out of that she paying for it. Just too much. But so he disagreed. He don't feel like you should wine and dine a woman. Like I guess it should be all up to him, and that it is standards and expectations on it. So of course you saw the clip. So what's our initial? What you feeling? What we feeling about it?
Okay, you know me in these conversations. It's just
Mm-hmm.
so annoying.
It is.
Oh my
It
God.
is.
Like, I'm gonna start off by saying, like I tell people, date who you want to. Stop,
Yes.
going based off what social media shows us or who you think
Mm-hmm.
your friends need to telling you to date and all that. Okay, so also too, all this I'm scared, she gonna pick some totally expensive and all this stuff. It's just I get it. I'm not saying that it ain't no woman out there that's gonna purposely pick a super
Mm-hmm.
expensive restaurant and the guy probably won't be able to afford it. I'm not
Right.
saying that. We know it's
Mm-hmm.
some women out there that they're purposely picking the highest place ever just to test you.
Right.
So stop going for the women.
There you go. There we go.
I just don't. I'm not understanding in the same way because you got to see it from both sides. Or people gonna be
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, women, men do it too," and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Women the same way. So if you know these type of dudes right here at the beginning, and they telling you to split the bill, and um, you want to go to a regular restaurant, they saying they can't afford, it, and you don't like this stuff, then look, just don't talk to them. So when it comes to Shannon Sharp and that, I would think Shannon has the funds to
Right.
fund
From what we see.
a date, a
Mm-hmm.
more 5-star restaurant date
Right.
of a woman right now. Am I saying just because he has those funds that means do that? No,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, I feel like you're putting a message out there for like men who make a little less than him or less than
Right.
him to be like, okay, if she's trying to pick a restaurant that you can't afford, then no, no, no. And like what's his name? I'm finna say Keith Lee. Why do you want to say Keith Lee?
Who you talking about?
What's the other guy name?
Kurt Franklin.
I'm finna say Keith Sweat.
Oh.
Kurt Franklin. I'm so sorry. Okay, Kurt Franklin. Okay, so I did like how he said, let her choose.
Mm-hmm.
And, this when Shannon was like, no, 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 she's gonna pick the
Uh-huh.
highest restaurant. And he was like, no, that's not that doesn't mean she's gonna do that all the time.
Right.
So I think that was a fair statement. So
Mm.
I don't know. That's just how I feel about that statement. There, it's just I'm not getting I'm just
Yeah.
not getting where Shannon was trying to go with it because
Right.
I like how Kurt Franklin kept bringing it back. Like
Yeah.
stay with me because I'm losing you clearly.
Yeah. Or it's something, or you don't want to hear me.
That's
Um,
what it is.
but yeah, the same way with like you said, you date these type of people and then complain about it. That's what I'm gonna say. But anyway, so like he said in the first, I told you like I saw a conversation before. I don't know if he was on the interview or something, but he kind of talked about the same. He said the exact same thing. So he definitely believed that the woman gonna be trying to pick all this whatever. So I'm assuming he going off his experiences. I'm assuming. So I'm trying to see what is a date then. This is what I'm trying to see. Like what really is the date? Because I feel like you going out and why is that the thing that affects the date? To me, like if you going out or whatever and you want to eat, if you really like somebody, why is that like the no, we can't date because of this? You know what I'm saying? Like why does that matter so much? Why is
Right.
the price of the food and stuff? Because I feel like if the price of the food and stuff is mattering to you, you probably don't need to be going out to eat.
Right.
And then And of course, then if you feel like it's your experience, then maybe when you took the other lady out, you should have went to Applebee's. Because
True.
you went somewhere where it's those high options and you know what I'm saying? Because you got to be talking of experience. The way he talking, apparently this happened to him before. So
Hmm.
why y'all didn't go to Applebee's or why you didn't go to somewhere cheaper? Because apparently you don't want to wine and down a woman anyway.
There you go.
Yeah, you don't want to do that because if that was the case, it wouldn't be a problem to you. Just like I feel like Kurt Franklin, the way he talked, I feel like he wants to wind down his woman. You could tell he's saying it without saying it. He's saying that if it
Hmm.
feel like it's a problem to him one day, which it'll never be because you could tell. He's saying that what he'll tell her is, I just can't do this every day or whatever. But you could tell naturally he winds and dines the woman like he's supposed to. Because he's saying it like it's no
Exactly.
problem. Like, why is it a big deal? I feel like that Shannon Sharpe does not want to wine and dine this woman or wine and dine a woman. He don't want to give her the lack because I feel like naturally when no men be having money or you really like somebody, that's what that be their thing, right? You want to take care of your woman in ways like that nobody else can, or you want to share this life with her or this money that you got. Like you want to show her the finer things. I would think
Hmm.
so. I'm assuming that we talking based off experience. I'm whoever that was that you
Oh,
took out. Well, they oh, go ahead, go ahead.
oh no, I'm saying, or he's dating someone way above his level. Like,
That yeah, I ain't. That's it, for real.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't see anyone on his level, and I could be totally wrong. They just,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're purposely just saying, and it could be. I'm not saying it's not, but it's just hard to see where a woman just like, I'm gonna purposely pick a 5-star restaurant. Because most of the time, like we know the 5-star restaurants again, and this is my palate. That food just be, I don't be fooling
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
them.
is that you ain't
Like,
lying.
I think that's just, I don't know. And granted, I'm coming from a different tax bracket, okay? But it's just not first date for me. Like, I need something where we can use that for like second, third, fourth date where you're teaching me something like,
Right.
oh, this is this type of wine. This, you want the man to kind of teach you, show you some stuff, and I'm willing to listen too. So let me
Yeah.
throw that out there too. But maybe he is dating and not always money wise, but just taste
Mm-hmm.
above his level.
Just because these men have money don't mean they necessarily want to share it, as we
That is
see.
true.
I think the women like a lot of them, and we know it's women out there where they literally like that's their life career. Like they be like these Instagram models where literally they only hang with or be aiming to look a certain way to get them. And which is hey, whatever. That's your job. That's what you're gonna do. But go ahead. What you for say?
I feel like you was gonna say something.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say that just because you see these dudes with money, I feel like they say everything that glitters ain't gold. Like these men necessarily ain't finna just wine and dine you. It's gonna be so much behind it. Like they gonna either require too much from you, take something from you. They not finna give you everything you want. I don't know why they
Mm-hmm.
remind me of what song that is, that Drake song. When the girl was saying, she was talking to the song and she was like, "We eating oxtails every night." I can't even say the quote, but anyway, she was like
Oh,
that. He had put on that some yacht or whatever, and he was like, he just threw oxtails at her every night because he felt like that's all he had to do to like sleep with her. But anyway, um, that's what I feel like that's what a lot of women and just people in general feel like because these men got money that they are like these good men who gonna take care of you. They gonna do you right. Like they finna, we finna be living a lavish life. And obviously, they don't even want to get you no steak. So I mean, I don't know how lavish it's gonna be. Now, apparently, if he ain't want to get you the steak, I don't know why you think he finna get you the car and the purse. I mean, let's think about it.
exactly.
But
That is
anyway,
true.
say what you for
And
say.
I think Kirk Franklin also stated like men tend to just go for the looks first.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be I don't I don't want to say he necessarily said this exactly, but pretty much don't be fooled by like the big butt and you
Mm-hmm.
know the curves and all this stuff. So my thing is, I'm just gonna be for real. Like we know most of the time when they're Instagram models or video models or whatever they are, of course when you might really want it, and there's nothing wrong with it. But in
Mm-hmm.
reality, most of them, even if they didn't come from that, they want that experience, that
Mm-hmm.
fine dining experience. So maybe you should stop dating those type of women. Same way with women dating men too. Like we be wanting these certain type of guys and stuff like that, and then we get in these relationships and not what we thought it was gonna be, or we'll have to be
Mm-hmm.
a certain way. All this like go for you keep saying you want this, then you have to do certain things to keep up with that lifestyle. Like
Yeah.
you want a trophy wife, you gotta treat her like one. That's just
Mm-hmm.
what it is. That's how the cookie crumble. Like is
Yeah.
it fair for a woman to purposely say I want to go to a 5-star restaurant and probably never been a 5-star restaurant in her life? Probably not. But at the same time, is either play the game or get played. I don't
That's
know.
it. That's it for real. Um, and that's why. Well, I guess what I say to them is, I know a lot of. I don't know how many men watch this podcast. I'm hoping that the men that watch it don't like go look at the podcast and be like, yeah, I need to do that next. But I think it shows too. Like we give platforms to like all these different men, these different people, and I'm gonna be honest. Shannon Sharpe, of course, we see based off this. Apparently, he has like nobody, or he is single or something, right?
hmm
Oh, well, I know I saw somebody say on Twitter. He said he eat dinner with his dog at the table. So I don't know how true that is, but that's what they said. So I think that's telling right there. Like when we looking at like people who give a relationship advice, telling men like, because I think when men see other men with like money and like they see them living lavish, they feel like they know everything. So
hmm
just because he doing this don't mean he know what to do with women. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think I like the conversation. I like what the conversation like bad or good. I like to talk about this stuff, but at the end of the day, it show you that technically he don't know how to like gauge how to really treat the woman or what to do with the woman. I think to be honest, Kurt Franklin was schooling him, though he didn't want to hear it. I think you should have because he literally telling him how
hmm
simple it is to like treat your woman. Like you're supposed to do this stuff. It's not. It shouldn't be about no price. It shouldn't be like hard to tell her this. You know what I'm saying? It's simple to treat, and I'm assuming that's why he still got his wife, or that's why he married in the first place. So
Yep.
I think it's just telling the show like just because these men had his money and because they got the nice cars and they in your face on Instagram with that don't mean they necessarily know what they doing with everything. Because if that
hmm
ain't garnished like them having this dream woman they want, then apparently something is missing or something is off. Uh, don't necessarily take relationship advice, so please don't look at these men. Yeah, it's cool to listen to their podcast, and I feel like it's one thing to hear opinions, but don't necessarily take it to heart. Because that's not a. I don't feel like no woman wants to hear that you're worried about the price of the food she's gonna buy. You don't need to be going on dates. You're not ready for dating if that's why you're doing it. Like we shouldn't care about. I just feel like that too. Like you're not taking nobody out if you're worried about what they finna go out there. Why are you taking me out? You know what I'm saying? Why are you taking them out?
Yeah.
Because the
It's
whole
just
time you're gonna
like
be worried about what they're gonna order. Like this, it
it's
takes
just
away
so
from the.
weird to me. We just make dating harder than what it is. Like
That's not
just
dating.
shut
Like
the freak up and just go on the
yeah,
date. Like
it
men
don't
and
matter.
women, I don't care. We sit here talking about, and
TK,
we know most of the TK first. So we
yeah,
know that most of the time when women put that stuff like that, it's just clickbait, just
yeah,
so people can start talking about something. We know that average woman, I don't care, any dude get on here and say something like, "No, I met a woman. She didn't want to go to Applebee's." We know that she that type of. If there was a woman that average type of woman saying that she didn't want to go to Applebee's or Cheesecake Factory, she probably was just trying to really just test you for something, and it's not right and it's not cool. But average
exactly.
women, don't nobody care. We just be
They
wanting to
don't.
go on a date. Like, just be for real.
It is. I feel like you can literally wine and well, I like the term
We
wine
be
and
trying
dine,
to
but
get
I
to know y'all.
think that's why I say I feel like it's so simple of that's when we don't know what a date is. Like you ain't gotta be you I don't know who told you the setting is making a date anyway. Like you can literally sit there long as you show effort. And I feel like somebody who
hmm
really is interested in you gonna understand it and want to appreciate it. So maybe you're looking in the wrong places or you don't know
That's
what
what
date
it
is.
is. If that's that type of
Um
woman, she is not interested in you.
she
I'm
not
trying to
thank
tell
you.
you, she's
She want the
not.
money. Yeah, and she want the money, she want to be a part of the lifestyle. What like you said, what do if you getting talking to some Instagram girl or somebody who you like you said, like they all got the same aesthetics and all this, why
hmm
would you not expect her to go get the highest thing? I mean, I feel like you trying to play a game with her, but she playing kind of playing it on you because
hmm
you know what you're trying to go for, but it's like you trying to manipulate it to like that's not what it is. That's what it is. you
Yeah.
want it, but then you want something else at the same time. You can't have two things. Like you're going in the wrong places. So yeah, to the next thing. So I don't know if many of you watch the Breakfast Club interviews. You might catch them on YouTube. I don't know. I don't even know if you can watch listen to Breakfast Club live. But anyway, we know Charlamagne, DJ Envy, and whoever the guest be. So recently they had Keith Lee come on there, and you know I low key hate when we had to go to our own stations and it turned out how it do because we supposed to be helping each other promote. But anyway, so during the interview, DJ Envy called Keith Lee eating in the car hood, and he was saying like he was doing the hood way. Um, Low key, I'm just say he went with ghetto. You can even say that, but be honest, he
Mm-hmm.
was teetering that way. You know what he was saying, and of course, Keith Lee corrected him a couple times. He was telling him like, "How is me eating in the car hood?" And of course, the comments and everybody alluded to the fact that he was calling it that because he was going to these small black-owned businesses, and it's where he was going
Mm-hmm.
to eat. That made him say hood because if you think about it, if he would have went somewhere fancy and nice and ate the food in the car, how was that? He wouldn't have said hood with that.
Exactly.
So of course that was very offensive. And this DJ Envy, it ain't the first time he done said something that's whatever. But anyway, so what you take from that? And let me not say what you take from that. Do you feel like DJ Envy was being, what do we want to say? Being himself.
I'm about to say himself.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
he definitely was. I ain't never been a fan of DJ Envy. And I always say like I just blame us because we keep giving people like him passes on
Hmm.
saying certain things because they feel like they're close to black.
And they're
You
familiar.
know,
Hmm.
right. But again, we know that people like him reap the benefits of being of a lighter skin tone.
Hmm.
Um, but it. I don't know. I don't see it. I just didn't. I didn't understand it. How, like you said, how is that ghetto? Like
Hmm.
it's so many influencers that we see on TikTok eat in the car.
Yeah.
So I'm just confused. I feel like everybody eat in the car.
Yeah. Even
I don't know. That's what
if,
I said. I just didn't. I didn't understand it. I listened to it and I was just like, what does that have to do with anything?
hmm and oh, go ahead. What you gonna say?
Oh no, I'm just I just
Oh,
and I like how Keith Lee just didn't like really feed into it because
yeah,
it could have went left. It
yeah.
really could have. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, and I do. What I hate about the situation like that is the fact that okay, say when Keith Lee trying to was it kind of trying to explain it is that no, it ain't that serious type thing. Like no, I'm not meaning it like that. Like you know, what I'm saying you taking it too,
Mm-hmm.
and I hate that because you know they do us like that all the time. Like because something is not offensive to you does not mean it's not offensive. You know what I'm saying? Like of
Right.
course he ain't gonna be offended about it. But like I did like Keith Lee was like where he was like well after he had said he was like you got on a white beater it's 20 degrees outside. So in my hood he was saying something like am I hood or you hood? You know what I'm saying? Because that you're doing
Exactly.
it. And it kind of made me think about just to talk about the Breakfast Club for real. It's like for it to be a platform where we don't have many where we go in there, especially it's on the radio station. Well, this is supposed to be time for Keith Lee. He is coming from TikTok. That took his whole family and now they're on a tour eating food. You know, this is supposed to be elevating. You know what I'm saying? Like this, okay, yeah, I done made it to the Breakfast Club. They finna promote me. And for I think for them to even belittle it, you know what I'm saying, to even call it like you're doing this little hood thing, like you doing it like
Mm-hmm.
you eating your car reviewing these little restaurants. I feel like that's our problem right there. Like we literally shoot ourselves in the foot. Like that's why we don't. Breakfast Club is literally if you look at how it's went over the years. At first, it used to be where you get they used to get these big artists to go on there promote themselves, like you know, what I'm saying, promote their music. And now it's getting to the point now it's like we bringing people on there that it's gonna be a little controversial what we say, or yeah, this time we can kind of laugh at what's going on, or like who the joke of the week, this type of thing. And that's why I say I feel like that right there kind of made it go left to me because it's like this is the time to bring like especially like somebody young. Like and you know, look at all these influencers out here. Look at the other coaches, these influencers making money. They getting big brand deals or whatever, and how hard it is for us to reach those levels of brand deals. And this was been a time where they can elevate and like promote him out there. And I feel like DJ Envy saying that literally overshadowed it. Like we don't
Right.
know what he even, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't know what he was promoting, what he was doing, because that's what we bring them on the radio station to do now. So, and our own
Hmm.
people, we bring them on there to. I'm gonna say he belittled. I'm be honest. That's what it was. A
Yeah.
belittling. It just it's weird to me. And I just I'm trying to say the right thing. I'm trying to say the right thing. I don't even feel like Keith Lee addressed it enough. And
Hmm.
like real peaceful dude. I know. I think he said enough to like kind of not feed into the energy type thing. But I feel like this ain't gonna be the last time DJ Envy say something like that, or his friends or people around him are not going to address it because you see, of course, Charlamagne was laughing. He didn't
Hmm.
say you know what I'm saying. He didn't say he wrong, and I don't know if was Jess Hilarious on it that time. I don't know, but we're gonna talk about her.
Hmm.
But nobody ever stops them. Nobody ever addressed them. They're still able to have the same friends. Nobody around them say. So I want to say like you was on a radio station and you said this. So what you mean? Because you be around us and like you said, we make
Like,
it
but
so.
does he though? That makes me question. Like, does he have any friends that besides Charlemagne? Like,
Which
you know
don't.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Like, because it's I don't know. I actually like the fact that Keith Lee didn't feed into it. I feel
yeah,
like he gave just no because, like I said, people know exactly what they be doing.
yeah,
It's
for
like
sure.
we in 2023
Hmm.
and it it's so draining to keep saying you know what this is. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You know what you did, so you got it. Like
yeah.
it takes he can't fend for everybody. So
Hmm.
it the people right here, if they allowing him to say that, then
Hmm.
he gonna run up on the right person. I
Yeah,
guarantee you that. And somebody gonna put him right in his place.
yeah. And
And it
he
might be
already.
somebody of his own ethnicity
Hmm.
to
And
do it.
like you said, the draining part. Like I feel like it's 2023, about to be 2024. I feel like by now we should know what's offensive and what's going. You know what I'm saying? I feel
Hmm.
like by now you don't even have to teeter no more. I feel like everything is so clear because enough stuff has happened to you know what to say and what not to say. You know what is going. You know what I'm saying? You know when you being wrong or when you be. Like, and that's why I say I agree with you. Like it is draining. Why do I have to educate you again? Why do I have to tell you something you already know? Why do I
Right.
have to reteach this or like you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, it is draining. And will it ever stop? I don't know, but yeah, I think especially like going into the time that we are like at this point, if you're saying the stuff, you mean the stuff, ain't really no coming back from it because I feel like you know right from wrong at this point. Enough people have been talked to publicly, privately to know saying that stuff, throwing away hood and saying ghetto and you know what I'm saying. At this point, come on now,
Hmm.
you know who you're offending, you know what you're saying, you know what audience will be offended by this, and you know, I feel like they even. I'm gonna be honest, the people who say it, they know after they say that stuff, they feel it. Like I feel like they know that. You know, like when you say something that's bad or something, like you know that instant, like you know that
Yeah.
you feel that, you know you just said something wrong. And I hate when they try to make the other person feel like they overreacting or feeling like not actually just getting to the point of I'm sorry for you know what I'm saying. Like they be, it's always around it. I
Oh
ain't mean
yeah.
it that way. Not I ain't mean to say it. It's I ain't mean to offend you in that way type thing. You know, yeah,
Because they know people gonna be on their side about stuff, so they know that they can get away with it. They can say
yeah,
certain things to certain
mm-hmm,
people and know
yeah,
people are gonna side with them. I saw that
yeah,
when Ebony K. Williams was on there and
mm-hmm,
how he was just talking at her. I'm just like, you can let the lady talk for when she got
yeah.
her own opinion, just like you do. But
Mm-hmm.
who made you the voice of black and brown people?
We go. Yeah, we gonna stop, but it's too late with him because they done put him in too many
Yeah, but he
in
knew
the.
that black and other black and brown was gonna agree with him
Yes,
because
sir.
I don't even want to get into this another time,
Yeah.
another day for that.
Mm-hmm.
But he knew people were gonna side with him. That's why he was trying to like hone in on her, and that's why I was
Uh-huh.
just like, bro, I can't even watch this no more.
Yeah, and that what I said, and I'm gonna be honest. If anything, why I don't know if he feel like he getting like some type of applause for being on the Birth Club. If anything, it showed people what type of low key. corny kind of person you kind of being. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because it's like a constant thing. If it ain't the stuff you do in your personal, it's literally the stuff you say when it's towards us or when it got something to do with us. So, like they do they envy? You get the donkey of the day, I guess.
Definitely the donkey.
But anyway, let's well, not necessarily getting off of them, but on to the Breakfast Club again. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if I know I showed you, but as long as Keith Lee went on there, Sexy Red went on there too.
Mm-hmm.
And when she went to the interview, she walked in. Well, I'm gonna describe how they said it. She walked in. She spoke to Charlamagne, spoke to DJ Envy, and you know they have just hilarious as like the I don't know if she fill it in until they find somebody, but she was there and Sexy Red did not speak to her. She was like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't mess with you and went to her seat. And if you watch the beginning of the interview, Sexy Red was literally like this, listening to Envy and Charlamagne while Jess Hilarious is over there. And I love it. But anyway, so it actually got to the point, it was so which we say cringe, but it got so awkward that Jess Hilarious had to go ahead and just kind of ask like what I did or whatever. Now, Sexy Red kind of started with like, I just don't mess with you. I don't know why I
Mm-hmm.
feel like when somebody said it to me, that's enough. But apparently it wasn't enough for her. And she kept digging at it. She kept like, well, you know why I missed you? She was like, because you be sneak dissing. And oh, I can't stand that. What you mean? Like what I said? Oh, I should never have to tell you what you said because you know what you said.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, she just kept pulling at it, and I feel like it was actually irritating on the Just Hilarious part because I was just like, bro, you said it. You know, you talked about this girl, bro. You ain't that. You ain't been on here long enough. Somebody you forgot when you talked about. It's like you talked about the girl. You know this. You just didn't
Yeah.
expect her to react how she did. And yeah, that's that. It was somebody. I didn't like it. I think she did apologize to her on there. Six Red said she over it because she apologized, but she moved on. Pretty sure she still want to be cool with her or nothing. But I'm gonna actually say what she said. But how do you feel like Six Red reacted in that situation? Do you feel like you would have reacted like that, or do you kind of respect it? Like, what you thinking?
So I actually did watch it,
Mm-hmm.
and let me start out by saying this. Okay, Sexy Red. We know how Sexy Red is. We can
Right.
better going back down. But okay, so we
Mm-hmm.
know how Sexy Red is. We know her music, all this.
Mm-hmm.
When she interviews, she literally just say what's on her mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have no issue with Sexy Red. It is what it is. It's the
Right.
music, grungy. It is.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Am I saying I ain't never listened to any of her
All the
songs?
way.
That's not what I'm saying. It's a few songs where I'm like, okay, and some of her songs where I'm like, ugh.
Right.
Okay, so that's enough. Just hilarious. I don't pay attention to just hilarious
Right.
because she just don't make me laugh. That's just what it
Right.
is.
Right. Mm-hmm.
She's beautiful, but she just don't make me laugh, and so I just don't pay attention. So from
Mm-hmm.
me watching it, from my understanding is okay. What did she say? Because I don't. She called
So she actually said that she was smelly. I'm gonna just say smelly or fishy or whatever she said in her women areas, which we know that is something you just. That's probably I feel like women women be worried about a lot of stuff. That one thing you don't want nobody to say.
okay.
So yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
from listening to it before, somebody actually played a clip where Six Red actually said that about herself. So
Mm-hmm.
that was the thing right there. So
Yeah.
that's why I was
Mm-hmm.
like, because I listened to two, and first I was like, okay, okay. And then
Yeah.
the second one I heard, I was like, oh, well, she did say that she was like,
Mm-hmm.
she don't use condoms
Right.
because, you'll smell fish. Now, I don't know how this hilarious actually said it,
Right.
but at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, that's what I be saying right there. It's like, with Sexy Red, I think when it comes to her is when you put in certain stuff out there,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you can't get mad. I ain't gonna say you can't get mad because you can get mad. Anybody get
Right.
mad and do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you can't expect people not to throw it back in your face,
Right.
especially when you're talking about fishy areas, not using
Mm-hmm.
condoms,
Mm-hmm.
I'm having sex and stuff like that. I feel like when you throw it out there, you came into the limelight like this. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like you got to be able to handle it, and
Right.
that's just how I see it. Am I
Right.
now? How just hilarious said, I don't know how she said it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she literally just said like, "Oh my god," she smell like fish. Like, I don't know.
Right.
But at the end of the day, they played the clip. She was a Lil Yachty. I think it
Yeah.
was Lil Yachty thing, and she was saying that. So that's why I was like, ooh. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I kind of just gotta be like,
Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Now, now,
that's it.
now, mind you, we because in the interview they never specifically said when she said sneak this and she ain't never specifically say that's what it was. That's just
Yeah.
what people. It was no other like you know what I'm saying. That's what
Okay.
they found first.
Yeah.
But it actually could have been it. That could have been what it was for real.
And I think
Because it
that
was.
too. It's just like, all right, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying because I should have said a disclaimer. But yeah.
Like I said, I can't never tell nobody how to get mad if you don't want to talk to her. Trust me, I be the same way. Like, I ain't really finna tell nobody what I did. Most people know when grown, you know what you did somebody or have some type of idea.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, it's like I guess when I see it from the other side, I'm like, well, why don't you just tell her what she did? Because I don't know
Yeah.
if it's because I just really want to know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I think have people's minds wondering. It allows us to say, "Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. That's what it
Yep.
was. That's what it was."
Yeah.
And they're
Mm-hmm.
probably none of this stuff like we talking about probably is nothing.
So
She probably
yep.
literally stared
Mm-hmm.
her down one day at somewhere, and it
And it
be
could have.
something, you know.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know.
Yeah. And that's why I actually agree with you said. That's why I said it like that. You oh my goodness, you gotta be so careful. I guess when you put yourself in front of camera, you say stuff and do stuff. That's why I say I love people they liberated, they talk about whatever they want to talk about. But I just say please stand in it. That's why I had talked about I hate to say her name all the time, but I'm gonna just say Lizzo. When I talked about
Mm-hmm.
like when she came out with the body positivity stuff, now all for it. You know what I'm saying? That should want to be your image because it works. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time you think about it, we have no really plus size like artist anything. So it works. It makes you like stick because people like that's what I think about when I think about her. But like you can't later on like well, I want to say cry or be like, oh no, they talking about this because you gotta be mindful of like what you putting out there. You're already telling them you
You
don't care. You're gonna do
knew
what you wanna do. So like
You
when they
know,
react,
going into that being a plus size woman isn't the ideal thing. It never usually was.
realistic.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's like you know people. The reason why you're doing it is because people do that.
People
So it's like,
Yeah, that's why I said like with and that's why I said with Sexyy Red, and of course, I like her music. Now I sometimes when she interview, I be like, I wish she ain't tell that part, but at the same time, it's like part of her, like she just that
hmm
genuine, like we always say that genuine, just straight from that. That's just what the girl
no
is.
boundaries. It's
Yeah,
just
there's no boundaries,
yeah.
and mind you, if you want to be like that, fine. We can't tell you how to be, but
hmm
I just say you got to just like we always say, you got to stand 10 toes in it. If I say something today and I want to come off like this, if somebody asks me about it or talk about it later, I can't be offended or say nothing about it because I'm literally saying it on camera. I'm giving it to you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I can't be offended by it or apparently I'm not 10 toes in it. So that's a part of the whole interview. I feel like I wish she would have just because we already there, we already at the awkward stance. Let's just go ahead and say what you did. I think that would have
hmm
gave more context to like, and probably if you feel like you was trying to make her feel like I don't mess with you, that probably would have went ahead and dropped that wall. Like, okay, I did do that. Now nah, just leave it alone because I feel like she was
Right.
digging and digging because she wanted her to say it or wanted to
Yeah.
argue, argue about it, defend it, whatever. But I just want to say you in those type of situations. I always say when somebody do something to you or somebody say something about me or whatever, the moment you come ask me what you did, I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you. I can't do that. I feel like because what am I hiding it for? You know what I'm saying? Now, if you don't never come to me about it, we just that's just what it is. Maybe you don't want to know. But if you come to me and be like, I just want to know what I did, I just be like, well, on Monday, so you did say this, and I just don't, I don't play around like that. So I'm gonna just
Right.
go ahead and be cool on you. And I feel like they just keep it. That's the grownest thing you can do. I feel. So that's the
Cause
part I did hate. I hated it.
yeah, I think this in the way I move too, like you said, it's just like I'm just not finna go on the show because I think she also said too
Yeah.
that
Mm-hmm.
before she came to my, she was like, I was looking to see if y'all said anything too or something like that, and
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, if I gotta get to a point where I gotta look to see if either one of them said something, maybe I shouldn't be going. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I saying I move like that all the time? Blah blah. It is
Mhm.
times where I just gotta give in. I'm like, fuck, I don't even like
Yeah,
these folks. Let me
yeah,
just
yeah.
go. But
Mhm.
majority of the time, if I can control the situation, I'm just like, no, no, I'm not, because
Mhm.
no, just not.
Yeah,
And I feel like she at a place now where she can turn down Charlamagne them.
yeah.
So
Cause Breakfast Club really like it ain't what it used to be. Like it's
right,
not. I feel like at this point it's like some. Even if you want on a press run or something, at this point it's just something that you can just add onto your bucket list type thing. Like it ain't like it's just more popular platforms now. Like I tell you, like at one point Breakfast Club was that like where we go see the exclusive of man. These people go literally go tell their business on their live and stuff. People, it's not the platform no more. So that's why I say it is something you can literally just turn down. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I'm so smart. But anyway, like I respect how K Michelle did it with Angela Yee. Like if I'm gonna
Hmm.
go on there and legit, like I think that whole thing it was a little awkward. I think they K Michelle and Angela Yee when she went on there kind of talked a little bit, but when it got down to what she did, and K Michelle gave it exactly what she did, and you see how Angela Yee was kind of like, "Ain't no point apologizing." I literally said that I can't say nothing, and that's what
Right,
it keeps it clear. We done. Like I'm gonna tell you why, and that's it. That's how you literally have to do people when you make it such a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's one thing where you kind of just go with the flow, like I don't fool with you for real, I can just do this interview and not talk to you outside of this. Cool. But if we're gonna go in there and I'm gonna make it like awkward, I gotta go ahead and either tell you off camera, like, okay, I don't really fool with you because you shouldn't have did that. I think because that could have probably been something for real, for real. They could have said that out of it before they even started the interview. Like they could have, but when they first came in, be like, I don't fool with you for this. So I'm just go ahead and give you a heads up, like, I ain't feeling this. That's why I really
right.
feel like should have happened. Sexyy Red, tell us what really happened. If it ain't the fish comment, I think you should go ahead and just let the people know like she did this and boom. If you're over, you're over it. But next time somebody talking about you, tell everybody what they did. I think it just helps. These days it don't matter anyway. Just tell it. You know what I'm saying? Who cares? Oh, of our Christmas and season premiere episode of season 3. Oh, that sounds ugly. But anyway, so we're gonna end it with something for you guys to sleep on. We don't like how that sounds. Hold on. We're gonna end it with something for y'all to sleep on. That's so ugly. Mine, and this is something I just saw it and I feel like I had to say it because I need to learn how to do it. I need to learn it myself. And it is basically that the pain of discipline is less than the pain of regret. So it's kind of like, yeah, we feel like it's so hard to get through stuff, and because nothing is easy, and so we try to make the shortcut of it or whatever, or try not to do it at all because we don't want to do the hard work to get to something. Like we feel like that's the worst thing ever, but I think the worst thing ever is looking back and wishing you actually did it, and the time is gone. So I need
That's
to
true.
like think about that myself because I got a problem with it. But yeah, that's just something to sleep on. Really think about that. Yeah, it's hard to get there, but I promise you're gonna be sadder when you realize that now you can't get there at all. Wait,
Okay.
watch this, cause watch this. But yeah, that's all I got.
Let's see. The only thing I can think of is just going back to Kurt Franklin and Shannon Sharpe and just say, look, let's stop making dating harder than what it is. Look, you
Mm,
like a girl, y'all vibing and stuff like that. Take the girls out. Same thing with the girl. You know you vibing with the dude. Let the dude take you out. Go somewhere. Like do what we need to do to get back to this actual dating. If you don't want to
yes.
date the person, don't date the person. I just feel like we
Mm,
making dating way
right.
harder than what it is.
For no reason.
It's just getting very just stupid right now.
Yeah.
But that's all I have for tonight. Oh,
Yeah. So anyway, thank you for watching, and thank y'all for tuning into another season. Like what?
yes.
And we hope you like, comment, subscribe, share. Tell us what your plans is for Christmas. I don't
Hmm.
know. Tell us what you think about Shannon Sharpe not having nobody and Sexyy Red needing to speak up and Keith Lee putting DJ Envy in his place. Like, let's really talk about it. So we hope you guys have a ho ho Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And we will see y'all on episode 2 where it's gonna get ugly.
Don't get
And we
ugly.
out with our brown seals.
Oh, not fooling with you.